Hey, it's Paul. Welcome back to B&B Talk. I'm going to jump right into things. I need you first to do me a favor. I love how the subscription base is growing, so please subscribe for me. Just hit that button. We see Ivy, and she's pleading with Liam. So she's pleading with him to marry her, and she says it's not a real marriage, and she won't have to move in. She'll just have to bring in a few things to make it look like she's living there. Now, Liam says if they get married, it's a limited partnership with a specific purpose. Who the hell says that? Even if it's for a fake marriage. When Wyatt goes to see Quinn, she tells him that Ivy and Liam are getting married tonight. She tells him that Ivy's getting deported and that she has to get married to stay in the country. And she's pleading with Carter. She tells him that he's got to go over to Liam's and gives him a dress and says that he's got to marry them. And then Ivy appears in the dress. And they obviously agree that this is for immigration purposes and it will end as soon as she's out of danger. And Liam looks at her and says, let's get married. We see Steffy, and she's talking to Caroline and Ridge, and she tells them that after tonight, things are going to be less complicated with Liam. In fact, she says that his commitment to Ivy is going to be changing, so she's pretty sure of herself. She does underestimate Ivy, and she basically calls her just a bumble on the road. I mean, if she only knew. And Ridge cautions her, and he tells her not to set herself up to get hurt, because he's seen her in this vulnerable position before, and he knows that the heart leads and the head doesn't know what to do. But it doesn't look like she's going to listen to him on this one. After that, we see Ridge, and he asks Steffy when she'll be done with Liam, and she basically tells him never. But Ridge reminds her that when there's too much history, and he draws on his relationship with her mom, and says when there's too much history, like with Taylor, things don't really end up well, and he learned the hard way. We then see Wyatt, and he visits Ridge. This is really weird because these two guys don't spend a lot of time together, but Ridge is pretty blunt. He basically says to him, don't waste your time with her because she's still hung up on Liam. The last thing we see is Steffy, and she shows up at Liam's, and he finally gets around to doing it, where he tells her, Ivy and I got married, and oh God, you could hear a pin drop, and Steffy says, no way. Now, we see Bill, and he is observing Wyatt. Now, Wyatt's working out. Bill says, don't fall in love with this girl. He says, I'm not falling in love with her. Bill is saying, oh yeah, you are always falling for the girl that your brother's in love with. I mean, this is now becoming a pattern. Now, Wyatt says that Steffi's going to be so over Liam falling for other people. And when she realizes that, she's going to be over him. Now we get to the main part. We see Steffy and Liam, and she's saying, no, this is a marriage. How long do you think you're going to have to stay married to her to satisfy the INS? What, this isn't going to take months, this is going to take years. And she is not determined to wait around for years for this to happen. But Liam makes a huge mistake. He says, it's different now that you're in the picture. And with that one, Steffy does what everyone's been thinking of doing. She slaps him so hard she nearly slaps the chin strap off of this guy. And she goes one further and she says, I don't want you anymore. And then Liam begins to recant everything. He says he'll take it back. He'll leave Ivy. He says it was a big mistake and now he sees it. He says that this is what it took to wake him up. I guess a slap across the face is what it took to wake him up. And now he's going to show her that he can have everything with her, children, a family. He dangles the ultimate carrot. And she accuses him of being a flip-flopper. She says she won't share her man with any other woman. And then Steffy goes on and trashes the place. You see her pick up a giant ceramic bowl and smash it. She goes to the counter and smashes anything within her sight, and the place looks like a wreck. She is pissed off and she's not hiding it. At this point, a terrified Liam says, Steffy, I love you. I love you as much as I've ever loved you, and I'm not giving up. And with that, Steffy says, I should go, your wife's here. And you turn around, you see the biggest shock ever. Ivy is standing right there. Now, Ivy goes into protection mode, and she tells Steffy that it's just a marriage of convenience, and if Liam wants a relationship with her, then he's free to pursue that. But Steffy says she doesn't want anything to do with him because she's done with him. She says he can be your hero and he can go be with his wife. And with that, she walks out of there. Now, Ivy says that she understands that he loves them both, but asks if she'll always have to be his second choice. And now Liam, caught in a trap as a flip-flopper, he says that they have history together and being with Steffy feels like home. Who says that? And this girl absolutely swallows her pride. She asks him to give their marriage a go, and maybe one day she'll feel like home. And with tears in his eyes, Liam the flopper admits that it's as hard as he tries, it never seems to work out with Steffy. And then he flops right over and says that he chose to marry her and he wants to see where the marriage would go, and they now embrace. But we got another twist. The INS guy shows up and he says he wants to speak with Ivy. Now Liam leaves. He throws a total curveball and says they actually made a mistake. She does have dual citizenship and there was no need for her to get married. And you see Ivy with this stunned look on her face. Liam walks in and he looks at Ivy and he says, what did he want? And you see Ivy with this look on her face. Is she gonna go left? Is she gonna go right? And then we see Wyatt and he runs into Steffy and he tells her that she does have a choice. She can have fun with him or she can be miserable over this Liam thing. And turns out that she chose to have fun because we see these guys involved in a deep kiss. Anyways, folks, I want to thank you for checking out B&B Talk. It's Paul. This was an exciting one. Don't forget to follow us on social media and I'll talk to you soon.